Hello. How's it going?
Everything good.
Good.
Are you able to go to the mincha across the street or not?
No, it's messed up here.
Same here also. I feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a few, probably another month or so until it works the other way.
Yeah. How long were you in Israel for?
About 10 days.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was good. It's such a long flight, you got to make it worthwhile.
Yeah. You went through San Francisco or you go through?
No, I went through JFK. I took American. I couldn't get the United flight was all booked.
Oh, I went through London. I took American to London. Then I went with.
How was that?
It was nice. We had about a 4-hour layover. Then I took British to. $3,500. LL wanted $6,500 when I went.
3,500? That's very cheap. Wow.
I went 35. I got it. Yeah, it was about. I went a week before Shavuos. I came back. I was only there for about.
It was business class.
Yeah. I only went there for 5-6 days though.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I was there. I'd been so much. My mother's yard side. That's.
Yeah,
but
where'd you stay?
I stayed at the Plaza.
Oh, nice.
And then for Shabbos, my sister lives in Beit Shemesh. I went to Ramat Beit Shemesh.
Oh,
And all her children, I saw them. Family. We have a very big family.
That's nice.
I went to visit my parents' grave and my two brothers. I didn't see my brothers. Two brothers died this past year and a half. So I went to Kever there. That's what it was. So it was a business trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta go. Yeah. You have family there too? Your wife's family, right?
And my wife has cousins there. Yeah. So we saw them in Petach Tikva.
Oh.
See, where else did we go? Oh, yeah, just there.
Where'd you stay?
At the King David.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
It was nice. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing about the Plaza has the best breakfast in the whole Yerushalayim. Right. Yeah, you ever go to the Plaza? The best breakfast. It's not a 5-star, but it's adequate. But the breakfasts are phenomenal.
It's a good location too.
A good location, right? The best. Yeah, we went to the shuls across the street. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's okay. And I went to visit my friend Jerry Abraham. He was right across. He has an apartment right opposite the coast cell up on top in the big building right next to the Yeshiva. He owns an apartment. The old city? Yeah, right opposite the coast. You can look out and see the whole coast cell from his house. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the Nebenzahl.
Jerry's very wealthy.
How long has he had that place?
Oh, he's been many years. His family owned
he created the first
Slim Fast, right?
Slim Fast, right? Yeah, Jerry Abraham. He's my best friend.
He lives in the
He's terrific.
I thought he lived in Florida. I thought he lived in Palm Beach.
That's his brother.
Oh, his brother.
The real rich one. He's only part of it. He's the younger brother, but
Who's the rich one? The Florida or the Israel?
The Florida one, yeah.
No.
But he's part of it too. The family owns it. They sold out to Nestle's, I think, about many years ago. They beat you. They beat you. They only got, I think, $3.5 billion. That's all they got.
That's good.
Yeah, This goes back about 10, 12 years.
Yeah, that was a big business.
That was a big one. Slim Fast, yeah. But
Who's this? Who are you talking about?
Hey, Ernie, welcome.
Hi. Who are you talking about, Elazar?
My friend Jerry Abraham. They owned the Slim Fast. They sold out. Yeah, he was my best friend. We grew up.
Is he skinny?
Yeah. Jerry Abraham.
Is
He
he
lives in the
skinny?
Coast Cell. He lives right opposite the Coast Cell in the Nebenzahl apartment. And he has the top floor, and he has the roof on it. You go out the roof; it's got a big looking over the whole Coast Cell and the whole east side. Got a beautiful place there. So
Does he have parking?
yeah, no parking. No parking. Yeah, no parking.
Just a helicopter.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He has a goat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're on Kos Zion.
Yeah, Lou Perrick, yeah.
Beis Shammai, I mean, Eimanim Ela Arusos. Beis Shammai, we know the din of Miyun, that if the brothers or mother, if a father marries his daughter off, younger daughter under the age of 12, so that's Kiddushin Midaraisa, so it requires a get. But if the brothers or the mother married her off, it's only Kiddushin Midrabanan, and at any time prior to her becoming a Naira, prior to become 12 years old, she can do miyun and just walk away from the marriage. Beis Shammai says that only works if there was only kiddushin. If there was nesuin, there's no miyun, according to Beis Shammai. Beis Hillel marusos unesuos. No, even after the man has lived with the ketana, she can do miyun. Beis Shammai orim b'baal v'lo b'yavim.
Yeah, but we say that bia katana is not another real bia then.
Yes,
so
why?
Is.
Yes, it
is.
Yeah, the bia of a katana above the age of 3 years old is a halachic bia.
Oh, okay.
And you're killed if she's an Eish Nasish.
Oh,
if you have bia with a 4-year-old girl, but she's an Eish Nasish, you're killed for that bia.
Okay.
Beis Shammai omer b'baal v'lo b'yavim. Beis Shammai says you can do miyun with the husband, but for example, if her husband died and they had no children, she fell to yibum, so she has to wait until she is 12 and then do chlitza if she doesn't want to marry this guy. You can't do miyun at that point. No, you can do miyun even with the yavim. In essence, she's doing miyun to the original marriage that she was married to Ruvain. The miyun has to be done in front of the Baal. Beis Hillel says doesn't have to be done. Beis Shammai bevezdin. Beis Hillel bevezdin v'shelo bevezdin. Doesn't have to be done in Beis Din. Armalan Beis Hillel Beis Shammai mima enes v'hi ketana filo arba v'chamesh pamim. Meaning, the brothers married her off to Chaim Yankel, and she's 8 years old, and she doesn't like Chaim Yankel. He lives with her. She does miyun. They can marry off to somebody else, and she can do miyun. And that she can marry. They can marry off to somebody else, and she can do miyun. What kind of hefkeris is this? Even in Irusin, it's hefkeris. And then if she does miyun once, then mamtenes achetagdil utumoin v'sinase. The Chora means that she gets married once at that point. So what does the Mishnah mean by tumoin? She already did the miyun once. So the Gemara will tell us what that means. All right, my time at the Beis Shammai, that there's no miyun after nesuin. Lefisha ain't t'nai b'nesuin. There are t'nai b'kiddushin. I'm going to give you kiddushin. I'm going to nas this. I'm going to nas that. But once you live with her, there's no t'naim in Nisuin. Vein Nisua Timoin, that's V'it Nisua Timoin, and Beis Shammai says if you're going to allow somebody who had bia to make miyun, also the people will think yesh t'nai b'nisuin. There are nisuin can be conditional as well, and that's not the din. So nichnas alachupav lo nivela ma'ikela memer nisuin takes place once she goes underneath the chuppah, even though she hasn't had bia. So Beis Shammai holds ain't t'nai b'chuppah either. So Mosar Av l'shluchei haba ma'ikela memer. Once the Av gave over to the Shluchei Abal for Nisuin, it's also considered Nisuin. And that's not Chuppah. The Gemara says, Lo plug Rabbanan, Chacham made a lo plug. Anytime she's considered Nesua, there's no Tanai ben Nesua, so there can't be any Miyun. Ubeis Hillel made the Yadi the Nesua Ketana, the Rabbanan Ninu. Everybody knows that young girl's getting married with the brothers of the mother, they know that the Nesun is only Rabbanan. So they're not going to make a mistake by the Nesun of a Gedolah. Rabbi Rav Yosef Damar, the halacha is like Beis Hillel, Bein Minay Rus and Bein Minay Nesuin. And you can make even Bein Babal, Bein B'Yavim, like Beis Hillel. And she can do Mian many times, like Beis Hillel. And there's no Tanai ben Nesuin. You don't have to be Goizer, like Beis Shammai wanted to be Goizer. Now, Rabbi Rav Yosef has a different svara. If you're going to allow the girl to do miyun even after Nesuin, the bia is a bia's nus. Chuppah, there's no bia. So lo nichalate to have a chuppah d'isura. The husband is not happy that the chuppah led to that he can't live with her anymore. And Mosar Av l'shluchei haba Michael Bemer, if you're just giving it over to the shluchim, there's no chuppah either. Lo plug rabban and the chachamim make no differentiation. Ubeis Hillel kiven deke kiddushin uksuba. You can't call it bilas znus. There was kiddushin, there was a ksuba. It's not bilas znus. Rav Papa Martani Beis Shammai mishum peri. He's going to eat payros of the nichse melog. If you're going to say that the nesua could do miyun shamit v'achalu mina, this husband's going to eat her out of house and home to try to eat up all the payros, because the sof lemefik kaima. He's going to be concerned every day that she's going to do miyun. Beis Hillel adarab kiven the armet timoin. Since she's allowed to do miyun, he will be incentivized. Ashbuche mashbech luhu. He will improve her properties so that she won't do miyun. Right? Because if he didn't improve the properties, her relatives would give her an eitzah to do miyun. He doesn't want to lose the big amount of money that he spent for the wedding. They both are happy that there's a shame that of married people, that they're now considered married people. Beis Shammai omin babal only, not biyavim. One of the brothers does mimer, she can do miyun. However, she can't get rid of the zika that exists. Mimer is done with the das of the woman. You can't do mimer without her being willing. So matzia akra, so she can get rid of it. But zika the balkorcha, zika happens without her doing anything. Her husband dies, boom, there's zika to the brothers. Lo matzia akra, that she can't through her action get rid of. Vare bia de bal korcha bia in a yibum situation is also against her will. Yet you said umatzia akra. Yet you can do miyun in the yavim. Elabiu maimer dehuka avid. Bi and maimer are his actions. Matzia akra. So she can get rid of it. Zika drachmona rama Allah. The Zika connection, which the Torah put on her, lo matzia akra, that she can't get rid of. She can do miyun even for the Zika. And the halach in the Rambam is Ketana Memanis B'Yavim. She falls to Yibum, and she does miyun. Even if he did mimer, she's allowed to do miyun to the mimer, and she's memayin the Zika, and she doesn't need chalitza.
Yeah.
My time in the Sui Kamoika Akra. In essence, she's doing miyun to the original husband that she was married to Reuven. So there's really no Zika because she's getting rid of the original marriage. If she is in the category that she can do miyun, but she doesn't do it, and she fell with a co-wife, the tzara needs chalitza. We're talking about, let's say, Reuven was married to Shimon's daughter. And normally we say the tzara is also potter, but she's doing miyun, even if she only had the capability of doing miyun. So the tzara needs chalitza. Amai timoin hashta, let her do miyun. V'takrinu l'nesui kama, get rid of the original marriage. So then it's as if Reuven was only married to one woman, and she's not related to Shimon. V'tisyabim tzarasa. So tzara's erva shiny, but no, she's a tzara of an erva. The Tanya Rami Yechezkel, miyan of a baal. If a woman does miyun to her husband, she can marry that man's father. It's as if they were never married. B'yavim asur la'av. But if you do miyun to a yavim, you cannot marry the brother's father, because b'shas nefila near is kakaloso. She's appearing like the daughter-in-law, and she never loses that. Achanami b'shas nefila near is ketzaras bita. When they fell, before she did miyun, that second wife was at Tzaras Bito, was at Tzaras Serva. You can't get rid of that stink. Omer of miyana bazeh, asur lazeh. Let's say there's Shimon, Levi, and Yitzchak. She does miyun to Shimon. None of the brothers can do yibum. Minidava balas aget. Just like if one of the brothers gave her a get. Balas aget lav kivan di itzra l'chad, itzra l'ulakulu. She's also to get yibum from that brother. She's also to ma'avam. But Shmuel Amar Mina b'zeh muteres l'zeh. Shmuel says no. If you do miyun with one, you're permitted with the other. The halacha is like Rav, not like Shmuel. That it's osir la'aviv. I'm sorry. That's Hamenes b'yavim asur la'aviv, because it looks like Kalas Bito, the previous halacha. But she can marry other relatives, not just the father. But miyana b'zeh muteres l'zeh. Miyana yavama, be'echad yavami muteres l'achim achem, like Shmuel. V'lo dami l'balas aget. It's not like balas aget. Balas aget, udika avid ba. He did a maisa by the get. But hacha hika of the bay. Why? The Amr lo re'ina bach, lo tzavina bach. She says, I don't want him. Bach lo re'ina. Him I don't want. Chavecha re'ina, the brother I want. Rav Asi also learns, miyana b'zeh muteres afilu lo. If she changes her mind, she can go back and marry the brother she did miyun to. Is it lemak Rabbi Shia Sfir legomer einam minus l'zikaso? Is it like Rabbi Shia because the Zika is still there? So it depends. B'chad yavim, If there's only one brother, Achanami Dematzia Akra, she could get rid of the Zika, and therefore she can't get married to him anymore. But if there were multiple brothers, they mean lachatzi Zika, you can't get rid of half the Zika, so the Zika would remain. So there she could go back and marry one of the other brothers, marry the brother that she originally rejected. Rav Yochanan said if she did mean with one, she can marry the other brothers. V'lo hadulo. Naman lo hadulo. Amar Abai Rav. We said Amar Rav Amar Shmuel. Rav Amar no, it's Rabbi Shia who said it has to do with Zika. Amila Ravasi. I said we paskin like Shmuel that she can marry the brothers. Beis Shammai Amrim b'fanav has to be done miyun in front of the husband. Tanya. By the way, tomorrow we're going to learn at 4:30. Same thing, 4:30. Tanya Merlan Beisel Beis Shammai. Valo Pishon Agamol Miyana Ishto Shlo B'fana. Pishon, the camel driver, did miyun not in front of her husband. Merlan Beis Shammai Beisel Pishon Agamol B'mida Kfusha Madad. That camel driver was eating her out of house and home, so therefore Chacham wanted her to do miyun. How can you say that it's Beis Shammai? If he was eating peiros, you only eat peiros once you're nesua. I thought you said Vami Beis Shammai nesua lo mamana. They can't do miyun. Trei kitri. They did two exceptional laws because this guy was eating her out of house and home. Beis Shammai Faith Nezdin. Tnan Osam Chalitza v'miyunin b'shlosha. Chalitza and miyun has to be done in front of three. Mantana Amar Beis Shammai. Abai Amar Filu Tema Beis Hillel. Ad kan lokam Beis Hillel de lo b'yidem mumchin. You don't need dayanim. Aval shlosha b'yinon. But chalitza and miyun you need three. Kinetanya Beis Shammai oimin. Bifnei bezin u'Beis Hillel bifnei bezin v'shlo bifnei bezin. However, elu v'elu moedin should tzarach shlosha. You don't need a basin of dayanim, and three of red yoitas would be fine. Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Lozer, Rabbi Shimon Machshim b'shnayim allowed two. Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Yom, Rabbi Nachman, halacha goyis azug, but we don't pass ein tzarach b'shloisha b'miyun v'dayu shnayim me'inin shemina b'fneim. You need two eidim for miyun. L'chatchila, some say you need three. Chalitza, we're already paskin that you need three. Beis Shammai oimrim timoin, that she should only do miyun once. Then the Mishnah said she did miyun again. I v'amina chadazim. Now why does she have to do it again? Amar Shmuel, ad shetagdil v'toymar. We have to wait until she's an adult. Roitza ani b'miyun ha'mishon. She has to say, I wanted the original miyun. Ulo amar tartik tani. Osha timoin v'tagdil v'teores. After the first miyun, we make her get to be an adult and get kiddushin, and she can't get out of that. Or do mean and get married right away with a new person. So Bishma ulayda ditani acha tagil v'tinose. Elo lishmuel acha tagil v'tomer mebayle. So the language fits Ula much better. Kasha. Mishnah. Ezo iktana shetzich l'moy. Who is a ktana that needs to do miyun? Kol shisu ima v'achela daita. Her mother and her brothers married her off, and she was willing. If she wasn't willing, and it's she doesn't have to do miyun at all. She can just walk out. If a girl's not old enough to be able to guard the kiddushin money, and it's also not considered a kiddushin. She can walk away. We don't know what that means. Basically, the Nesum of Ktana is not toifus anything. It's like a mafuta. It's like somebody who was seduced. It's not necessarily kiddushin or creates any long-term relationship. Now, Bas Yisrael a kohen, a Bas Yisrael marries a kohen, loy toichal betruma with just kiddushin. Bas Kohen Yisrael, Toichal Betruma. The Gemara will explain what all this means. Rabbi Yezer ben Yaakov Emer kol akva shehi min ha'ish, if the thing that's preventing her from eating trumas from the man, ki'ilu hi ishto. Kol akva shehi min ha'ish, ki'ilu eina ishto. The Gemara will explain all of this. Right now, the Mishnah is not understandable.
If a woman's a katana and she's married by her brothers, is it a derisa kedushin or not?
No,
Another.
no.
So that
It's always
so therefore, if somebody lives with her, he doesn't get misa, right? Only through if the father
midiraisa.
marries her. Okay.
Right. Right. On Rav Yehuda Rami Masnisa Tana, B'Rishona you koisvin get miyun. They would write the document of miyun to say, Lo re'ina bei v'lo tzavina bei. I don't want him. I don't like him. I don't want to stay married to him. Kiven dechazu denafish tipura. If they saw it was too many words, and they thought osi lechlufa begita, people would think it's a get. Takinu achi biyom ploni miyana ploni spas ploni ba'an pana. On this day, this girl did miyan with this person in front of us, and you don't have to write anything more. Okay. We will continue the sugi of miyan tomorrow, God willing.
Good, Ernie. Thank you. Bye.
Sure.